Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's MargaretGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I've got a new coffee to kick off the new year. Hang on 1 minute. That is really, really good. A good, flavorful cup of coffee, courtesy of viewer Mike Handel. Mike, thank you again very, very much. He sent along Stirling Columbia Roast in their new Keurig cups. How about that? Check that out. This is terrific. This is our, well, here it is right here on the side there. You can see the description. Get a screenshot of that. Our Columbia, it's a medium roast. Our Columbia coffee is sweet, mellow, and balanced with notes of chocolate, caramel, and a touch of tart lemon. The amazing flavor of this coffee is unmistakably Columbia. Now, this is not artificially flavored. This is a tasting note because you know I don't eat chocolate, so it doesn't have chocolate in it, but the tasting note resembles that of chocolate. So I guess that's my loophole. And you can see it's these terrific Keurig cups right here. And this comes vacuum sealed. When you receive this, at least when I received it, it came in a vacuum, in a bag, a plastic bag that appeared to have been vacuum sealed, if I miss my guess. That was really neat, I guess, in order to retain freshness. And I like the way this particular box for the cups is made. You know, it's a flip up top like this, and then you can close it, and then let's close it like that, and then kind of put that tab in there like that, and then kind of lock it up, and it's nice and neat. You know, the other ones you're tearing open, and after a while they get kind of flimsy and falling apart and that sort of thing. But a really, really nice cup of coffee. And we're using our Stirling coffee mug that came courtesy of viewer Mark Bagwell. Our late great friend Mark Bagwell sent this along to the channel. It's an absolutely fantastic coffee mug. I love the badge on there, the Stirling Roastery badge on there, and also a nice remembrance of Mark. And here it is, 2025. Let me wish you all an early Happy New Year. How about that? 2025 already. And I hope that your new year is going to be absolutely splendid, and it's filled with a lot of health and happiness and prosperity, that sort of thing. Boy, we've got a great show for you this morning. Hey, by the way, did you happen to see the Shave Migos last Monday at 8 o'clock? What a great time I had. I want to thank Carlos, Nick, and Sully for very kindly inviting me onto the broadcast. It was streamed live via Instagram, their Instagram channel, The Shave Migos. If you missed it, we'll have a link below where you can watch the replay. Really, really had a great, great time. Really enjoyed myself. A lot of fun. Some great questions, some great conversation. Really, really enjoyed myself. It was a lot of fun. So thank you again to Carlos, Nick, and Sully for very kindly inviting me onto the broadcast. It was a lot of fun. I really look forward to it. And I had a great time. It was just a wonderful hour spent with the Shave Migos. Again, we'll link it below if you missed it. And what else we got going on here? Oh, well, we got a great show for you. But first, let's kick it off like we do every week with this little bit of a saying. A good hot coffee, a trusty mug, let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. I bet you thought I was going to go right to the shaving tip. I did too. Hang on 1 minute. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. And hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate it. Maybe some of you are still on break. Maybe where you work, that particular business is closed down for the last week and a half for the holidays, or maybe you're working a half a day today or tomorrow, something like that. Whatever it is, if you happen to be en route to work this morning, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate that. And my thanks to everyone out there who are tuning into the podcast, listening via the podcast, via Amazon Music and Google Podcasts and iHeartRadio, all those great streaming platforms out there. So if you're listening to the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast this morning, thanks very much for tuning in via all those streaming platforms. Really do appreciate it. Hey, we got a great show for you this morning. We have got a viewer shaving tip. Well, this is a tip that came from a viewer who already submitted a shaving tip, but I came across it in my files. I thought, you know what, I'm going to share that one this morning because I'm going to share this tip this morning because I thought it was just a great tip. Has to do with a little bit of, it's a travel tip. I know some of you out there might still be traveling or planning to travel to celebrate New Year's, that sort of thing. This is a really, really neat, handy, helpful travel tip. For your shave gear. I really liked it a lot. We've got a couple of shave den visits this morning. Got some great refill comments. You know, I've been a little bit late in answering refill comments this past week. Couple of reasons. The holidays, obviously, because of, you know, holiday rush and that sort of thing. But also my laptop here, my keyboard is, I think it's on its last legs. The numbers don't work and some other symbols aren't exactly working. So what I've done is I've got another keyboard here, a wireless USB keyboard that I have plugged in to kind of place in front of my laptop keyboard and kind of pick up the slack of whatever's not working on my laptop keyboard. I do it on this other keyboard here. So that's kind of slowed me down a little bit. So my apologies. I've read all the comments and thank you very, very much for commenting on the 12 Shaves of Christmas and the last Monday morning mailbag, that sort of thing. But I've been a little bit late in replying, so my apologies. But again, I'm having the holiday rush and some technical issues and that sort of thing. And I'm sure we'll get up to speed here in 2025 in no time at all. We also have some new wet shaving gear we want to share with you. We also have some questions and comments. So that's what we got going on this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Again, Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Wow, 2025 already. Can you believe it? Where did 2024 go? I mean, it just flew by. Well, anyhow, thanks for wrapping up your year with me this morning. I really do appreciate it. So let's kick the show off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Jack Bright, B-R-E-I-T. And again, he submitted a shaving tip in the past and we sent him a sketch. And here's his sketch right here. He sent along a photo not so long ago, maybe about a year and a half ago. He also sent along another shaving tip and I kind of put it on file. So this shaving tip goes back probably a year and a half, something like that. But it concerns travel and maybe forgetting a piece of shaving gear. And this is a solution that he found to work in a pinch. And as he wrote at the time when he was traveling, good afternoon, Mark. I'm staying in a hotel tonight and I realized I forgot all my brush stands and the string I normally travel with to hang my shave brush. Some quick tinkering and a well-placed towel rack sorted it right out. I put a towel around it and stuffed it into the rack upside down so it would dry properly. Figured I would share for anyone else who gets in a pinch. Now, I believe what he's referring to here is taking a towel. I'm going to show you with this little hand towel right here. Taking a towel, and if the rack is running this way, okay, let's say it's a tube like this, okay, imagine that. You're taking the towel and you're wrapping it around that towel rack that's attached to the wall. It comes away from the wall a little bit. So the wall is right over here, okay, on this side here. And then because you've got this towel here wrapped around that rack, that bar, then that means it's giving it's shortening the distance between the rack and the wall. So that gives you less room, but it gives you a nice cushion so that you can slip your shaving brush and wedge it between the wall and that towel wrapped around the rack like that. And then that's how you can hang it to dry it out. I thought that was a great idea. I hope you understand that. I believe that's what he's describing here. I think that's a great idea. So all you have to do is get a towel and wrap it around that towel rack and then just wedge your shaving brush handle, you know, point the knot towards the ground and just wedge the shaving handle between the towel and the wall, and it'll stay there and it'll dry out upside down like that. How about that? That's an absolutely fantastic tip, especially if you're doing a little travel here over the holidays and you happen to forget your razor stand or a string to hang up your shaving brush to dry it out, that sort of thing. Here's a really nice quick fix, just with a simple towel rack in the bathroom of your hotel room. That really is a fantastic, fantastic shaving tip. So Jack, thanks very much for sending that along. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch that Jack received for his first shaving tip, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the Monday Morning Mailbag Viewer Morning Shaving Tip segment, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. I think I got that right. You know what I mean. But anyhow, thanks very much to Jack for sending along a great, great shaving tip. I'm glad that you're proudly displaying your George sketch in your shave den. Thank you very much for that. I'm very, very flattered. And again, if you want an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. I think that's a little clearer. So Jack, thanks again for another terrific shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Hey, we have a couple of shave den visits this morning. We're going to kick it off with something from David Dart. And he writes, Mark, another great Monday morning mailbag. Thanks very much, David. I appreciate that. I just received in the mail a razor from Razor Emporium. It's a 1965 K3 Gillette Slim Adjustable Prospector Edition in rhodium and gold. Matt and crew take the razor and deep clean it and then make sure it's mechanically sound. When that is done, they take the razor apart and then replate it. For the Prospector Edition, they use rhodium and gold plating. The end results are amazing. Razor Emporium have a YouTube video about the Prospector Edition razors. Merry Christmas and have a great day. Thanks. Wow, David, that looks absolutely beautiful. Wow, yeah, those Razor Emporium reworked, retuned, replated razors are absolutely gorgeous. Enjoy that razor. He wrote back, Happy New Year, Mark. By the way, it shaves amazing. Highly recommend a vintage razor to anyone thinking of buying one. Have a wonderful day. Well, David, thanks again very, very much for that. Enjoy that razor. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And Razor Emporium does a great job in bringing these vintage razors back up to spec and even exceeding what it was originally the original manufacturer look and feel. Oh my gosh, an absolutely amazing job. And on the Shave Migos Instagram stream that we did last Monday, and again, it's linked below, the question asked was, Mark, what do you prefer? Do you prefer vintage razors or do you prefer newer razors? And I got to tell you, my answer was that I really, really like the newer razors that are being CNC machined by Timeless, Carve, Phoenix Shaving, Aylesworth, Yates. They make these beautiful, beautiful top-end razors that are so wonderfully manufactured, precisely CNC machined. The fit and finish is just absolutely wonderful, and they're lifetime razors. But after seeing the Prospector Edition and seeing how a vintage razor can be properly brought up to spec, boy, I tell you, you know what? I should amend my answer that I really like the vintage razors that have been replated and tuned up. Boy, those are just absolutely gorgeous. And they shave amazing. I do have a Gillette Slim that was replated, and it's a wonderful shave. So, if you get the thing about vintage razors is if you get one for a couple of bucks and it might need some tuning and replating, when you have folks like Razor Emporium, I went to razorplate.com and some others out there that do a wonderful job in replating these razors and bringing them back to life and making sure you're going to get another 100 years worth of use out of them, because that's how heartily and ruggedly built they are. Some of these razors go back 60, 70, 80, 100 years, and they can be brought up to spec using these wonderful methods to tune them up and replate them. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, let me amend my answer a little bit. I love the new stuff, but the vintage stuff, when it's properly tuned and replated, yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous, absolutely wonderful. So Dave, thanks very much for sharing that with us. Really do appreciate that. We also received this from David Lear, and he writes, got my George tune today, proudly displayed in the shave den. Thanks, Mark. Well, David, thank you very much for displaying George in your shave den. Really, really do appreciate that. That's absolutely wonderful. I'm very, very flattered and honored when folks take the George sketch and frame it and display it in their shave den or display it in any number of creative ways. I really, really am flattered by that. So thank you very much, David. I really, really do appreciate that. So again, my thanks to David Lair and also to David Dart for the shave den visits this morning. Gentlemen, thank you again very, very much. Well, wanted to remind you once more that YouTube and Google have this amazing technology called AutoDub, which allows the viewer to change languages on the fly of the video that they're watching. So right now you're watching it in English, but if you go to the lower right of the video screen, you'll see a little gear there. All you have to do is click on that gear, a menu will pop up, and from there you can select any language you want, and this video will be translated into that language on the fly. The languages currently offered are German, Portuguese, Spanish, French, and Italian. So if you know someone out there whose primary language is either German, Portuguese, Spanish, French, or Italian, and they'd like to see these videos, let them know. All they have to do is click on that gear and then select their language from the AutoDub audio channel menu, and they can hear this video and other videos on this channel in their native language, provided it's German, Portuguese, French, Spanish, French, or Italian. And I'm assuming other languages will be available sometime down the road. At least that's my thought. I haven't confirmed that yet, but I think that would be a natural progression for the technology. So pretty amazing. So let your fellow viewer out there know that they can watch these videos, the Monday Morning Mailbag, and also video shave reviews in English and also German, Portuguese, Spanish, French, and Italian on the fly. Just hit that little gear, go to the menu, you can select the language, and it's automatically translated. Pretty amazing. Well, I wanted to give you a quick update on our brush handle giveaway winner. Chris Bodrab very, very kindly donated a few of these beautiful brush handles that he's been making in his home studio. And here you see it's CB Brushworks. These are not yet for sale, but he sent along a few for giveaways. And we gave away this one here. This was the first giveaway. It's an absolutely beautiful brush handle. And the winner was Alan Bagby 238. And we have not yet heard from Alan Bagby 238 regarding this brush handle that he won. We selected the winner on December 20th. And again, maybe he didn't see the video. I'm not entirely sure what the situation is, but if you know Alan Bagby 238, please let him know that he won this brush handle, and we are awaiting to hear from him so that we can ship this to him. Congratulations again to Alan Bagby 238. You won this beautiful CB Shaveworks brush handle donated by Chris Bodrab. Email me at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com with your snail mail address, and we will ship this to you post haste. So again, congratulations to Alan Bagby. We're waiting to hear from him. If you know Alan, please get him word that he won, and all he has to do is send an email to mondaymailbag@gmail.com with his address, and we will send this to him post haste. And my thanks again to Chris Bodrab for very kindly sponsoring this giveaway, and we've got more to come in 2025. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on, one more sip. Boy, this is a good one. Yeah, that is wonderful. Beautiful hot cup of coffee. Nothing better, huh? During the winter months. From Stirling Roastery, their Columbia medium roast. Again, a big thank you to viewer Mike Handel for very, very kindly sending this along to the channel. He also sent along another item very generously, so we'll be talking about that in new wet shave gear. So stay tuned for that. But a really, really delightful cup of coffee. And again, boy, a really, really nice remembrance of Mark Bagwell through this Stirling Roastery coffee mug here. Absolutely wonderful. Beautiful coffee mug. We'll link Stirling Roastery below so you can explore all the coffees that they offer and all their coffee mugs and that sort of thing. Really, really terrific. Hang on, one more sip. Absolutely fantastic. Well, I got to tell you, before we get to some of these refill comments, it was either on the 23rd or, well, let me back up. I have not had a shave yet, okay? Let me just tell you that. I've got about a day and a half, 2 days worth of beard growth here. I got another one of these comments from someone, I guess, new to the channel who said, hey, there's nothing on your face. You know, you're not shaving a beard. And I had to explain once again that I'm fair-skinned, and with 1 day's worth of beard growth, it always doesn't photograph as clearly as I would like. So sometimes I'll skip a day to get 2 days worth of beard growth, or maybe even 3 days worth of beard growth, so people can see that I have some beard growth there. So I haven't shaved yet because it's either after I record this show or maybe even the next day. Then I'll do a shave, kind of kicking off the new year, that sort of thing. So I want to mention that. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention was it was either the 23rd or the 24th of December. I can't remember which day. I'll have to check the Shave Migos replay again, because if I see the scrape on top of my head, then I know it's the 23rd. Now, that's the point. I scraped the top of my head. You want to see it? Here, I'll show it to you. Okay, don't flinch. Okay, did you see it? I hope you saw it. I was on my way to work early in the morning, and I stopped to mail some letters at the post office, and there's no drive-up box outside. You have to get out of your car and go into the post office and, drop the letters inside, which is what I do. And I moved too quickly exiting my car and, rose up too soon and scraped the top of my head on the top of the door frame there. And boy, when I did it, I knew, oh my gosh, I tagged myself pretty good. So I don't know if it was the 23rd or the 24th that I did that. It's going to be a while before I could do a head shave again. I don't know. Lately I've been kind of prone to, conking my head lately. I'm going to have to slow down a little bit. I think I'm moving too quickly through life, which is why I'm knocking my head, banging my head on stuff. So I'll have to slow down and maybe even start wearing a hat a little more often to avoid the scrapes, that sort of thing. The reason why I mention that is because it was the 24th that I was up at about, 4:30, quarter to 5 and in the morning, and then made my way to work. And then we worked a half a day, Christmas Eve. So about 11 o'clock, 11:30, noon, something like that, we left. The workday was ended. I came home, took care of some things, and then got ready to go to my brother Tom's place for Christmas Eve. So he said, come over about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got there for 5 o'clock and had a really, really nice Christmas Eve with my brother Tom, his wife Lori, their daughters Bryn and Kelly, and Kelly's boyfriend Anthony. And a really, really fun time, a great meal, and we had great conversation. We had game night and got some great gifts, and it was really, really wonderful. And stay as long as you want. So I was there probably till about 11:30, and I asked my brother Tom. I said, "Hey, is there a midnight mass at St. Gabriel's over there in Mentor, Ohio, the parish they belong to? Because there wasn't a midnight mass at the church that's near my home here in Chardon." And he said, "Yeah, there's a midnight mass there." I said, "Oh, well, you know what? I'll hang around a little longer, and then I'll just when I leave, I'll go to midnight mass. He said, oh, great, stay as long as you want to, whatever. I said, great. So about 11:40 or so, I said my goodbyes to everybody and went over to midnight mass. And midnight mass lasted from midnight, and it was beautiful. They had a beautiful choir there, some beautiful Christmas music, and the altar was beautifully, beautifully decorated and adorned. It was wonderful, and the priest had a really, really nice Christmas message, and it was a really, really nice mass. And I found a parking spot because midnight mass is usually crowded. Found a parking spot, found a place to sit in the pews, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful service. So it went an hour and a half. So I got out of there about 1:30. And I got home at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I just happened to recall now, I just realized that I was up from 5 a.m. in the morning until 2 a.m. the next morning. So I was up for 21 hours straight. Yeah, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I was up for like 21 hours. Wait, 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, right? That's 24, 24, 23. Yeah, I was up for about 21 hours straight. And it didn't faze me. I was wide awake. And I guess maybe hitting my head kind of woke me up a little more. Maybe infused me with some extra energy. How about that? 21 hours straight. I think that's a record. That's man, that goes back to college days. Wow. So I hope you enjoyed your Christmas holiday. I hope you were filled with a lot of joy and a lot of energy. And we've got New Year's to look forward to. So, I'm going to be up till midnight the way I feel. Yeah, I'm going to make it I'm going to make it to midnight and beyond. That's what I'm thinking now. All right, let's get to some of these refill comments here. We've got something from Weezer, who said, hi, Mark, here's a picture of the stick I use for scooping the soap out of their containers. It's the one on the left. I put a new stick next to the cupped stick. It's a little difficult to see the difference, but it was the best I could do. Your comments about not encountering the foamy soap when using a hot water scuttle may prompt me to get one. Regards, Mitch. Mitch showed us these sticks that he was using to scoop out the soap. We also had a conversation about the proper use and temperature for having in your scuttle. Don't put too hot of a water into a ceramic scuttle because the soap will get a little foamy. Just the right temperature and you'll get a nice warm lather, that sort of thing. And thanks for the pictures regarding the sticks that you use to scoop out soap. So there you go, folks. Thanks very much for the update on that, Mitch. Really, really do appreciate it. Hey, Bill Murphy wrote, great 3MB, Mark. Saw you on the Texan Shaves. He does some great effects. Great content this week as usual. Having a great time with the Advent calendar. Have a Merry Christmas to you, your family, and all your viewers. Hey, Bill, thank you very, very much. Yeah, Texan Shaves, Barry Bedford, did some great, great visual effects for his 12 Shaves of Christmas. And I believe we were on day 3, I think. Day 3 or day 4? I think it was day 3. You know what? It was great to be on his program. And I think it was day 3. It was great to be on his program. And the way he inserted himself into the video that I sent him, and he did this with a lot of other YouTube wet shaving channels, really, really very, very creative. And I had a great time doing the 12 Shades of Christmas with the Phoenix Shaving Advent Calendar. And before I forget, my thanks again to Doug Fran, Huxley, Cube, and everyone at Phoenix Shaving for very kindly sending along the Advent Calendar and allowing me to share the 12 Shaves of Christmas with all the viewers. I had a great time putting that all together. So thanks again to everyone at Phoenix Shaving for that. Larry Sablotny wrote, wonderful 3MB. Merry Christmas to you, Mark. Your intro today was great. Enjoyed all of the special effects. They were wonderful. Love the content also. Larry, thank you so very, very much. I appreciate that. I like the opening too because we started with the usual theme song and then there was a record scratch and we switched over to a Christmas tune. And I had a lot of fun doing that because I thought I can't just start with a Christmas tune because everyone knows the theme song. So I kind of did the switch midstream with the record scratch. And I thought that worked out really well. So I'm glad you like that, Larry. Thank you very, very much. Mike H. Wrote, "Hi, Mark. Great 3MB. Thank you. I'm looking forward to the live shave on Instagram tonight. That should be very nice. Have a wonderful start to the week and best regards as always." Yeah, it was a great time on the Shave Migos live stream on Instagram. Again, thank you to Carlos, Nick, and Sully. If you haven't seen their live stream channel on Instagram, check it out. Follow them. Really, really a lot of fun. 3 really, really great guys. And they made me feel so welcome and at ease. And we had a great shave. We had a great conversation. And I learned a lot from them during that hour visit because they were using some really, really neat shaving gear. Some shave soaps that are new to me, some shaving gear that is new to me. So yeah, I really enjoyed myself. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. So Mike, thanks very much for the comment, and I hope you were able to tune in to see the live stream. If you missed it, there's a link below where you can watch the replay. So thanks again, Mike. Really do appreciate it. Joel Toronto wrote, "Hi, Mark. Excellent 3MB. Love the special effects. Merry Christmas to you and your family." Thanks so much, Joel. I get a real kick out of editing these Monday morning mailbags and trying new things visually to make it interesting, to make it a little more entertaining, that sort of thing. I really, really enjoy that process. Yes, it takes a little time, but I liken it to drawing a comic strip or creating a comic panel. There's a certain number of steps you have to go through to go from a blank piece of paper to a finished cartoon. And that's kind of the way I approach the Monday morning mailbag and all my shave reviews. You start with, kind of a blank canvas. You record the video and then you edit things together. You fine tune it a little bit here and there. And then you have a completed video. And it's always neat to try out some new effect or a new transition or a new graphic of some kind and experiment a little bit. So thank you so much, Joel, and everyone else who has commented about noticing the visuals in these videos. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Viewer Mike Parit wrote, "Another great 3MB. I second going at an angle as I go at a 45-degree angle on the rear of my head to get a closer shave." Now, this was in regards to the shaving tip we had, which was instead of going east to west or south to north, go at about a 45-degree angle. Modify that angle a little bit. And Mike continues here, "My hair grows in all directions in a few spots back there. I go from bottom left to top right. Have a great week." Yeah, that would make sense. That's 45 degrees there on the back of your head. And again, if you want a little better cleanup during your shave, try shaving at that angle, a 45-degree angle. Top to bottom, bottom to top, that sort of thing, rather than straight north to south, south to north, or east to west. Try a 45-degree angle and see if that improves the closeness of your shave. It's a great tip, and Mike, thanks very much for confirming that it works for you. A Texan shaves. This is Barry Bedford. "An angled second across the grain pass on my neck is the only way for me. Great tip. Hope you and your family have a wonderful Christmas, Mark." Again, Barry confirming that angled pass, 45-degree angle, so to speak, will get you a closer shave for some wet shavers out there. Barry, thanks very, very much for that. This comment comes from viewer Tubarao CK6. Now that's spelled Tubarao CK6. I think it's pronounced Tubarao CK6. I hope that's correct. And Tubarao CK6 wrote, "Regarding the Toiletries brand, it's an Australian brand made by tradesmen, and that's why their products are named after tools." Pretty neat. Yeah, JTech and X, viewer JTech and X, very kindly sent along some great links and reviews of these Toiletries brands that you can use in the shower. If you're a shower shaver, check it out. It was in last week's show. A lot of great different offerings from that company. And here is the genesis of their brand name. So thanks very much for that, Tubarao CK6. Really do appreciate it. Jimmy V Photography wrote, "Today's shave tip about shaving on a diagonal really emphasizes the importance of mapping your beard." Yeah, that is very, very true. If you want to improve the efficiency and closeness of your shave. Let your beard grow out for several days and then look to see what direction it's growing in, and then you'll know how to adjust your shaving technique for with the grain, against the grain, across the grain, that sort of thing. Great reminder, Jimmy. Thank you very, very much. Sad to hear about the passing of Kim Gray. Yeah, that was very, very sad news. We sent along our sympathy and condolences to her entire family. That again was on last week's show. If you missed the announcement, check out the show of 12/23/2024, December 23rd, 2024. He continues here. I just shaved with my Simpson M7 this morning. Amazing how powerful that little brush is. Merry Christmas to you and everyone in Monday morning mailbag land. Thank you very, very much, Jimmy. Well, Jimmy very kindly sent along a Simpson M7 to the channel. And this, I've said, this is the best bowl lathering brush I have in my shave den. This packs a punch. And of course, it's got the butterscotch handle. Thanks, Mom, and thanks, Jimmy. Absolutely fantastic. This is an amazing bowl lathering brush. Yeah, Simpson just makes some fantastic brushes. And this one does not disappoint. If you're looking for the ultimate bowl lathering brush, check out the M7. Again, my thanks to Jimmy V for very kindly sending this along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. Definitely a favorite in the shave den. It is right there on top of the razor stand so that it's at the ready. It's not it's not tucked away in a closet, linen closet, or in the bottom of the cabinet or anything like that behind closed doors. It's right there on the razor stand where I can get a hold of it. So thanks for that, Jimmy. Really do appreciate it. Paul Desjardins wrote, Merry Christmas, Mark. So happy you enjoy and celebrate Christmas. The very best to you and yours. As a whiskey drinker, I'll definitely have to check out the whiskey scented soap. Does it smell like my favorite whiskey, Firestone TX, or is that Firestone Texas? I'm not sure. You know what, Paul? I'm not a whiskey drinker, so I can't tell. But the whiskey scented soap. Well, hang on a minute. Let me get it for you. Hang on 1 minute. Okay, here it is, right here. Christmas Whiskey Wonderland. There is the information card right there. We'll put that on screen so you can get a look at it. This was day 2 of the 12 Shades of Christmas, and it brought back a lot of memories for me. Although I don't drink whiskey, I don't drink at all. When I was a little boy, we celebrated Christmas and Thanksgiving at my grandparents' house. And my grandfather, coming over from Hungary, it came a point during the dinner, that sort of thing, or while the meal was being prepared, he called all the men into the kitchen, and you had to do a shot with him. And even though I was maybe 5, 6, 7 years old, something like that, I was given a little bit because it was tradition. You got to have that little bit of shot, I guess. I don't know, for prosperity, good health, that sort of thing. And my grandfather always enjoyed doing that with the men, with my father, my Uncle Lou, and my older cousins, my older brothers who were a little bit older than me, that sort of thing. And, they were already into their teen years, that sort of thing, And this reminded me of that event, of those wonderful Christmas and Thanksgiving memories. It has that kind of scent. It's definitely a whiskey scent. Now, whether or not it's Whiskey Firestone TX or Texas, I don't know if TX means Texas or not. I'll just say TX. Whether or not it's Whiskey Firestone TX, I'm not entirely sure. You'll have to make a note of getting this when it's released, because it is Christmas Whiskey Wonderland Ghost of Christmas Future. So they're going to be releasing it sometime in 2025. I don't know when, but it's coming. So Paul, please, when they release it, let us know if and when you get it, and please offer a review here on the channel and let us know if the scent is similar to Whiskey Firestone Texas or another whiskey that you prefer. So there it is. Day 2 of the 12 Shades of Christmas. Christmas Whiskey Wonderland. Again, brought back a lot of great memories for me. And Paul, again, I invite you to do a review once it's released and you get the soap and the splash. Let us know how the whiskey scent of that stacks up to some of the whiskeys that you've that you've enjoyed over the years. So thanks very much for that, Paul. Really do appreciate it. This comes from viewer Spooky to Scary. I like that screen name. And Spooky to Scary writes, Tamanu Noir is amazing. I blind bought the deodorant last year, and once I smelled it, I immediately regretted not getting the soap. It's like nothing else I own or have smelled. It's sweet, nutty, almost like a gourmand, but still sophisticated enough to wear as a cologne. I 100% recommend it. I believe this was Bill Murphy's review of Tamanu Noir last week, and Bill absolutely loved it. And here we've got another vote for this from Spooky to Scary, who says it's fantastic. So we'll have to keep a lookout for when Phoenix Shaving releases it again. Definitely a scent that I think very inviting. I'm very intrigued now. So we'll have to keep a lookout for it. So Spooky to Scary, thanks very much for confirming how great that scent is. And again, a big thank you to Bill Murphy for very, very kindly sending in the review. Check it out last week if you missed it, the 12/23/2024 episode of the Monday Morning Mailbag. This comment comes from viewer Nightly Truth, and it's regarding the 1940s Razor Bright ceramic razor bath that viewer David Richland showed us last week. And we were wondering how that works. And Nightly Truth writes, the bath is, well, exactly that. You hang the razor upside down in either Barbicide or alcohol for 5 to 10 minutes after a shave. Well, thanks very much for that, Nightly Truth. And David, if you're listening to this, let us know if that works. On the 1940s Razor Bright ceramic razor bath. If anyone else has more details regarding the procedure of how exactly you add the alcohol or the barbicide, that sort of thing, please comment below and let us know. Would really be interested in seeing and knowing how that works. And thanks very much for that. If you missed it, it was in last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. And it came from David Richland. He was sharing some things in his shave den with all of us. So thanks again, Nightly Truth. Really do appreciate that. This comes from 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. The tip from Aaron, the viewer in Arizona. Yes, diagonally has been one of my shave stroking directions. Yeah, again, another vote for going in about a 45-degree angle. Very, very effective. I'm going to have to try that myself, to be honest with you. So 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. Thanks very, very much for that. Robert Ross wrote, all my against the grain passes on my neck are at a 45-degree angle towards the center. How about that? Another vote for it. Roderick McLeod wrote, great 3MB as always. On that razor bath, oh, hey, some more information on the razor bath. This is great. On that razor bath, it's probably best to just use rubbing alcohol. Lots of people would probably try Barbicide. Matt Pisarcik of Razor Emporium specifically cautions against this product in his 10 tips to not destroy your double-edged safety razors video. And we will link that below so everyone can get a look at that. Thanks very much for that, Roderick. Really do appreciate it. Regarding toiletries, oh, this is great. Some more information. I have the Maverick. It is the only one of their various items made for razors that is optimized for a DE razor. The rest are better suited to disposables and cartridge razors. I also have the Archer magnet for blades and the James. They are all mounted on my mirror where they work really well, so I can't speak to their use on tile. I can definitely confirm that their products stick to a mirror just as well on the 5th application as on the 1st. Just be sure the area is clean, dry, and residue-free. Care must be taken when peeling them off. It definitely takes a bit of time to get them off. Don't try to help by using a blade, scraper, putty knife, etc., as you might damage the silicone. Hey, Roderick, thanks very much for this update on the toiletries items. Really, really do appreciate it. And again, folks, if you want one that is optimized for DE razors, Roderick recommends the Maverick. Yeah, I have the Maverick. It is the one. It is the one of their various items made for razors that is optimized for a DE razor, the Maverick. So thanks very much for that, Roderick. Really do appreciate that. Viewer Nate Jackson 2633 writes, didn't know you loved books so much. Perhaps once a month you can give us a book recommendation. Just a thought. Thank you. Hey, thanks very much for that, Nate. Now, this is in regards to the last 2 shaves we had on the 12 Shaves of Christmas. And the subject of books came about because day 11 was Whistling Dixie, which featured Mark Twain's portrait there. And that spurred me to make some comments regarding the Twain books that I love. My favorite is Recollections of Joan of Arc, absolutely fantastic book by Mark Twain. And then the next day, day 12, was Christmas Tome, right here. And this scent it evokes the scene of being in your library among all your books, a nice armchair, a fire in the fireplace, a soft snow falling outside. That's what this scent kind of recreates, that scene. Hang on 1 minute. Oh yeah, yeah, that's great. It has that great scent of a much loved book in your own library in an armchair waiting for you. Yeah, that kind of thing. And that led to a discussion of some of the books I've read over the years. And yes, I can recommend the book to you right now because it kind of ties into the traditional wet shave. It's called A Tale of Madness, Medicine, and the Murder of a President, Destiny of the Republic by Candace Millard. This is about James A. Garfield, his assassination, the 1880s, different historical figures coming together during that event. What happened was Garfield was shot on July 2nd of 1881, and he didn't pass away until September of 1881. And his condition was worsened because doctors didn't believe in sterilizing instruments or probes or even their hands. So after he was shot at a train station in Baltimore, they put him on a horsehair mattress and took him to an upper room where there were about 10 different doctors there who were inserting their unsterilized fingers and unsterilized instruments, trying to probe to find the bullet that had lodged in his abdomen. He was shot once in the right arm and then once in the back. And that was the fatal bullet. So in trying to probe to find the bullet, they were infecting his body, which is why he never really fully recovered. They were actually making his condition worse. What's interesting is that at the same time, probably 16 years earlier, as the book notes right here, Dr. Joseph Lister in Europe was achieving dramatic results using carbolic acid to sterilize his operating room and his instruments and that sort of thing. And it was being used throughout Europe, but doctors in the United States did not want to bother with it because they said that his technique was too time-consuming and dismissing it as unnecessary, even ridiculous. So all that kind of comes together in this book, and you learn about the assassin, you learn about Alexander Graham Bell, Robert Todd Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's son, figures into the story a little bit, and as does Dr. Lister. And the reason why I'm recommending this book, obviously, because in our post-shave routines, we use aftershave splashes, alum blocks that have antiseptic properties, that sort of thing, to take care of these little micro nicks and little nicks that sometimes occur during the traditional wet shave. And back in the 1880s, here in the United States, they didn't regard that as being necessary. And that's what led to the eventual death of President Garfield. So we've learned quite a bit since the 1880s when it comes to medicine and also the traditional wet shave. And again, I guess this is an outgrowth of why we use alcohol and alum blocks and that sort of thing for their antiseptic properties in our post-shave routine. So check it out. A Tale of Madness, Medicine, and the Murder of a President, Destiny of the Republic by Candace Millard, best-selling author of The River of Doubt, another book that I read by her, and we'll talk about that and recommend that in the coming year, 2025. So stay tuned for that, but this one was a real good one. So I hope you enjoy it, And another one that I'll recommend down the road is Personal Recollections of Joan of Arc by Mark Twain. We'll get into that one also in the coming new year. So Nate Jackson, 2633, thanks very much for the question. I really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, we've got a new shave soap in the shave den, so to speak, to kick off the new wet shaving gear segment for 2025. This one comes from Ariana and Evans, an absolutely spectacular scent. It's in their Ultima soap base, and here it is, Matcha Tea. I believe I pronounced that correctly, and check out that artwork. It's absolutely fantastic, and again, available in their glass jar. Okay. Yeah, absolutely beautiful, brand new brand new jar of soap right there. Absolutely fantastic. And this scent is amazing. Now, it's going to be released soon, sometime soon. We'll link to the Instagram page of Ariana and Evans so that you can follow along and find out when the exact release date is. A couple of posts up there saying it's going to be released soon. Not entirely sure when, to be perfectly honest with you, but I did want to mention it to you so that when it is released, you can get right out the gate and get this one, because this scent is absolutely wonderful. And again, it's available in their Ultima soap base right there. Absolutely fantastic. And again, I love that artwork. Glass jar, that's really, really kind of a step up, really, really neat. And it was formerly known as Cha-Cha Matcha. That's what it was called. And as Peter explains on one of the posts, product page I found someplace for Cha-Cha Matcha, or maybe on Instagram, he says this is his favorite soap ever. It's the first time I created a scent with my daughter, Thalia Ariana. This makes it extra special. And he says that the scent is absolutely superb. It's fresh, bright, earthy green, and elements of spiciness which make this interesting. I promise you, you'll love this. Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. It really is. Now, here are the scent notes: bergamot, green tea, almond milk, clary sage, bay, galbanum, and Virginia cedar. This really is a marvelous, marvelous scent. This is the next one that I'm going to be reviewing from Ariana and Evans. It's an absolutely fantastic, fantastic scent. And I'm really looking forward to reviewing this one. This one is really great. And again, love the glass jar. It's just such a nice touch. And again, check out the side label there. Oh, everything about it is just wonderful. Again, we'll link to Ariana and Evans below. We'll link to their page, the page where they have all their Ultima based shave soaps. Their shave soaps with the Ultima base. We'll link to that page. And we'll also link to their Instagram channel so you can follow them and get updates and release dates and that sort of thing on their various soap products. This one is terrific. We're going to get a review done on it here in 2025. It's marvelous. From Ariana and Evans, Matcha Tea, formerly known as Cha-Cha Matcha. And my thanks to Peter Sharkalis and Thalia Ariana as well for very kindly sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers out there. Again, at the time I'm recording this, not yet released. If it is released by the time I'm editing this and that sort of thing, we'll put it on the screen below. Otherwise, follow them on Instagram for all the updates regarding it. Ariana and Evans, Matcha Tea. Thanks again to Peter Sharkalis and everyone at Ariana and Evans. Really do appreciate it. Viewer William Meredith sent along this review of a new razor he purchased from Amazon.com from GoodFellasSmile. And he writes, "Hello, I purchased the Valynor razor by the GoodFellasSmile on Amazon. I've had several shaves with it and am very happy with it. It is more aggressive than my Phoenix shaving Metaphor with some blade feel. It's smooth in my shaves and has a similar shave style to the Metaphor in terms of angle. The razor pairs well with Strangelet and Persona red blades. Not so well with Treat carbon blades and average with Wilkinson sword blades. The razor feels more efficient on a south to north pass. It will growl if you press too much and if you have a bad shaving angle. The Valynor razor has 4 pieces, 2 brass head pieces, the brass post, and the aluminum sheath. The sheath is hollow and has threads on both ends. The bottom of the sheath has threads for the post, which has threads at the knob end to screw into the sheath. The head pieces screw into the top of the aluminum sheath, not the brass as I assumed. The brass post is partially hollow at the end, but has no screw threads. So, brass screws into aluminum at the top with head pieces and at the bottom with the post. Well, William, thanks so much for the explanation on how the Valynor razor goes together. Really do appreciate that. Folks, we'll have a link to it below in case you're interested in getting one for your shave den. We also have a GoodFellasSmile razor in our shave den. Let me show you the box right here, GoodFellasSmile. And it is the Centesi razor right here. Boy, I like this one a lot. This one shaves at a 45-degree angle, if I recall correctly. And it has something else a little different from other razors, which is why I appreciated William explaining how that particular razor goes together. And you probably saw this fall out a little bit here. It has the O-ring, which is seated in the top of the handle there. It just kind of sits in there. It just kind of clips right in there like that. See, it has a little bit of a lip there. I don't know if you can see that little bit of a lip. Maybe I can show it to you like that. A little bit of a lip there. See that? So it sits right in there, and then you, so it usually stays in place. Maybe it shrunk a little bit. I don't know, but it clips in there. Oh, there it is. It clips in there, and it stays in place, and then you insert it into the handle, like insert the handle onto the razor like that, so that O-ring is in the handle, the head of the handle all the time, and it fits nicely into the countersink of the base plate. So yeah, the GoodFellasSmile razors have some unique ways of going together, which is why I appreciate William sending along that explanation regarding their Valynor razor. 4 pieces to that razor. So William, thanks very, very much for explaining that to all the viewers out there. Again, folks, we'll have links below to the Valynor razor by GoodFellasSmile available on Amazon. And like my Centesi, it's a really, really good quality brand of razor. So check it out. Again, we'll have links below. William, thanks again very, very much. We received this email review from viewer James Sefton regarding a shave soap he just acquired from Holy Caw called Vor V. And James writes, "Hey Mark, I just got this soap and the delivery guy wasn't out of sight until I was trying it out. I put it up there with Phoenix Shaving and Stirling. It lathers easy and has very good slickness and cushion. The scent is fantastic. I will definitely be ordering more of this. Take care and feel free to share this one on the 3MB. Well, we just did. Thanks very much, James. It's called Vor V from Holy Caw. Here are the scent notes: geranium, raspberry, nutmeg, saffron, oud, black tea, cashmeran, musk, leather, amber, and vanilla. Wow, that sounds amazing. And as they write on their product page, the soap is made in our new Sierra base, made with donkey milk whey, water buffalo milk whey, water buffalo milk, and donkey milk. Wow. You can go on and read some more information regarding their Sierra base and the ingredients in their soap base. But I agree with you, James. It lathers a treat. It's absolutely fantastic. Viewer William Meredith very, very kindly sent along Holy Caw's Timmerman, which is an absolutely beautiful scent, and it builds a great, great lather. I was really, really impressed. And I also like the fact that they have their little storage container in the inner lid there, so you can put in a travel razor or some razor blades, something like that, and put the lid back on and then throw the whole thing in your DOP kit and take it for a weekend getaway if you're traveling by car, that sort of thing. A really, really nice feature. But yeah, this scent on Timmerman is amazing. I can only imagine how great the scent of 4V is. Absolutely fantastic. Again, their new Sierra base, really, really is amazing. It lathers a treat. James, thanks very much for sending along the review and for confirming how great a lather it makes. And again, folks, we'll have a link below to Holy Cause, Vorv, and also to their Timmerman. My thanks again to William Meredith for very kindly sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. And James, thanks again for the review on Holy Cause, Vorv. Folks, we'll have links below. Well, in a previous Monday morning mailbag and also in a previous review, we featured Stirling Soap Company's Almond Cream Shave Soap. This was very kindly and generously sent to the channel by viewer Matt Panter. Matt, thank you again very, very much. And it has an absolutely beautiful almond scent. Oh, it's just pure almond. It's a wonderful scent, perfect for the holiday season, as a matter of fact, and also year-round. Absolutely wonderful. Well, viewer Mike Handel, as you know, sent along the Stirling Roastery Columbia Keurig coffee cups. And boy, we have really been enjoying this coffee this morning. Absolutely fantastic. But along with this, Mike very kindly sent along the Stirling Almond Cream Aftershave Splash. How about that? And this one is mentholated. Now, I haven't cracked it open yet because we're going to do another review of Almond Cream Shave Soap now that we have the mentholated Almond Cream Aftershave Splash. Really looking forward to this one because I love this scent. It's absolutely fantastic. So my thanks again to viewer Matt Panter for very kindly sending along the Almond Cream Shave Soap. And a big, big thank you to viewer Mike Handel for very, very kindly sending along Almond Cream Aftershave Splash mentholated. Looking forward to the post-shave routine of this next almond cream shave. And again, Mike, thanks so much for sending along the Columbia Roast Keurig cups from Stirling Roastery. Really, really do appreciate it. Stay tuned, folks. 2025 is gonna feature a really, really terrific shave with almond cream. And after I have that shave, I might fire up one of these Keurig cups of the Columbia Medium Roast from Stirling Roastery. Mike, Matt, thank you again very, very much. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Now, I can't remember if we had this comment before, but I found it in my notes and I thought, wow, that fits in so nicely to today's show because of this scrape I have on top of my head. And this comes from Mike Parit regarding the leaf razor and its use. And he writes, for anyone that uses the leaf razor, I normally use the bottom two slots. When I have nicks or even cuts, I use the top two slots as it usually glides over most of this and still gives a pretty good shave. Not BBS, but definitely socially acceptable. I did this tonight and removed some of the scabs, but didn't reopen any of the spots I had. I know mileage may vary for everyone, but it's worth a try if you have a leaf razor handy. And that comes from Michael Parit. Michael, thank you very, very much for that. I really do appreciate it. This leaf razor was very kindly sent to the channel by viewer Aaron Watson. Aaron, thank you very, very much. And I have been working with it on and off. Last week, we talked about the leaf razor and its use and how if you put a blade in the bottom slot, just one blade, you'll get a really, really good shave and you won't be nicking yourself. Now, Mike, his approach is if you got a nick up there, use the top two slots and it'll glide over that. Now, I'm really interested because you saw that I got a pretty darn good scrape up there. And I really, really dislike missing a head shave with a razor. When something like this happens, I've got to go to an electric razor. And that's not bad to have that that tool in your tool belt, so to speak. It's good in a pinch, especially when you bang your head like like I have done recently a couple of times. So I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to use the top two blades and see how this maneuvers around, and hopefully I'll avoid this. Yeah, we'll see. I'll see how it goes, and I'll report back hopefully in a week or so, depending on when I decide to get up enough strength to do it, because that's a pretty good scrape up there. I'm going to let it maybe heal up a little more before I attempt the leaf razor top two slots. But I want to share this again. I can't remember if we shared this before, but I came across it in my notes, and it just seems so pertinent to our discussion today regarding the scrape I got on my head, and in regards to wanting to do a head shave once more. And the leaf razor might come in very, very handy using the top two slots as Mike suggests. So Mike, thanks again very, very much. Really do appreciate it. Folks, if you have a leaf razor and you do head shaves with it, does this approach work for you? The top two slots with blades, if you have a nick or a cut on your head. Comment below, let us know. Mike, thanks again very, very much. And a big thank you again to Aaron Watson for sending along the leaf razor to the channel. Gentlemen, thank you again very, very much. Well, here's another comment that I came across in my files that I may have shared before. I can't remember. But it's pertinent to today's discussion, so we're going to go with it again. This comes from Robert Ross. I guess you can kind of say this is probably like a mini year in review of some of the comments and questions we got from viewers. So again, I think this one may have been used in a previous Monday morning mailbag. My apologies if it has, but it's great for review because it is so pertinent to what we have been discussing today. Again, it comes from Robert Ross, and he writes, this is Feather Blades Revisited. That's the subject heading of his email. Feather Blades Revisited. I first tried feather blades many months ago and found that although I got the closest shave ever, they left my neck feeling a little raw. Since that time, I have made two significant changes to my shave routine. First, I now do only 2 passes on my neck. First pass with the grain, second pass against the grain at a 45-degree angle towards the center. How about that? That's what we've been talking about this week and last week. Second, I now reapply pre-shave on my neck twice to my neck only. Once before my first pass and again prior to my second pass. I, of course, paint on lather over top the pre-shave. I tried both the aforementioned changes during my shave with a feather, and it made a huge difference. The added slickness of the pre-shave combined with only shaving my neck twice resulted in no neck irritation. Give it a try if you suffer from neck irritation. Cheers, Bob Ross. Bob, thank you very, very much for this. Really do appreciate it. Again, there you go, folks. Shave only twice, 2 passes on the neck. His first pass is with the grain. His second pass is against the grain at that 45-degree angle we've been talking about. And he's applying pre-shave in between passes. Pre-shave, and then lather over it on the first pass. And then pre-shave again, lather over that on the second pass. And he's getting a great shave, and he's using a feather blade, and it's giving him really, really good results. Now, anyone out there using a similar method, please comment below and let us know. But again, it fit in so nicely with today's subjects on the Monday Morning Mailbag. I wanted to share this with you. If I haven't shared it before, it just seemed to fit in so well in this morning's show. And if I have used it before, well, it fit in so nicely as a review, and the subject of the 45-degree angle and that sort of thing. So I was just so happy that I found it in my files. So my thanks to Bob Ross for very kindly sending this along. Folks, again, let us know in the comments below if you do something similar to this. Really would be interested. Thanks again to Bob Ross for a great, great routine and modifying a routine to cut down on neck irritation and also give them a great result, and also incorporating that 45-degree against the grain shaving angle. Bob, thanks again very, very much. And that wraps up another Monday morning mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Well, that's a wrap for 2024. My thanks to all the viewers out there who contributed to the show in so many ways. Thank you all very, very much. I really do appreciate it. Heartfelt appreciation to you all. Again, I say it often, without you, this microphone would be silent. All the viewers and fellow wet shavers out there make this channel and make the Monday morning mailbag what it is. Thank you all very, very much. Wishing you all a very happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. I'll see you again next week to kick off 2025 with another episode of the Monday Morning Mailbag. Thank you all again so very, very much. Happy New Year, and make it a great week.